Hey everyone, if you've been following the BrawlHub YouTube channel for a bit, you've noticed that we haven't been putting out as many videos recently. And unfortunately, the direct challenge issues on Arena have really hindered our ability to have our normal league play with the matches per week and the top 8 tournaments. And it's unclear exactly when that's going to be resolved. So in place, right now we are switching over to trying out a ranked ladder system. So there's no ladder on Arena itself, but for those of us who like to take Historic Brawl a little bit more competitively, we've created a ranked ladder of our own. And so far it's been pretty fun. We're still getting things started, but we're using a site called Bracket, which anyone is welcome to join. If you're interested in playing Historic Brawl competitively with others and tracking your results and climbing a ladder, come join us. It'd be more fun to get a lot of people involved with this and see what it grows to. So I'll put a link in the description if you want to join this on Bracket, and there's a lot more information on the BrawlHub Discord channel as well, which you can also find in the description. So check it out. Bracket's a pretty cool site. A lot of places are using it for managing community events and tournaments, and we're using it to try to create a ranked ladder for Historic Brawl. So here's a match from the ranked ladder, and hope you enjoy. Cheers. Hey everyone, here for a game on the BrawlHub ranked ladder, playing Emry against Azusa on the play, and I think this is a decent opener. Could potentially get a little mana screwed here. Secret Door, probably not super relevant in this matchup, but I think with a Scry, there's enough here to give it a shot. My Emry build right now is trying to be a little bit more mid-range focused, not quite as combo centric, and really just trying to have a little bit more equity in matchups against really aggressive decks, where historically I found that Emry tends to struggle quite a bit. And here options are probably Automaton or Emry. I think in this matchup I want to get Emry down as quickly as possible to start getting value, and there's a chance I want to flip the Chromatic Star for a card next turn. Azusa is very unlikely to kill Emry. We hit a Mishra's Bauble though. Mishra's Bauble, pretty good option. Although I am going to miss my land drop, which is very unfortunate. Other option could be to, I think I guess I want to draw with the star, see if I can get a land. Unfortunately not, so here just go for the bauble and grow my Automaton a little bit. Get a threat on board, pretty good blocker as well, and hope that we'll be able to pull off a land next turn. Courser of Krufix, very good in their deck, being able to play 2 extra lands here off the top, and they are very ramped up already. We do have a counterspell in hand, which is very important here. I think I would have liked to maybe have cracked the bauble on their end step to try to get an extra card, but we get the land anyways, so not punished for that mistake. And I think I'm just going to bauble again. I'll go ahead and bauble myself because I already know what the top card of their deck is. And here I think I probably just bounce the Courser of Krufix, slow them down a little bit, and then hold up a counter spell. I do want this land. So we're just going to attack in, hold up a counter spell, and spike, hopefully, the Hydra. Nissa is a pretty good hit as well, though. That will give me a little bit more time here. Now, make sure to use the bauble so that I have an extra card. They've got a Rishkar's expertise, drawing a lot of cards. They can get that to resolve. Still nothing too relevant besides, in my graveyard, I think I'm just getting bauble again. But let's go ahead and grow the automaton. I think we're going to go ahead and play this, and then the armor, hold up Glorious Gale. Just make it as big as possible. Pretty much force them to chump here. They've got a pretty good chump blocker with the Kami, so doesn't seem like we're gonna be able to push through damage immediately, but we've got to work through their chump blockers in order to try to put pressure on them. And Automaton already has some pretty good protection. Is it worth adding another stat? I think I'm just going to give a little bit of extra protection to Emry here. And Inventor's Fair now gives me some options. I think here, this is probably just too powerful in their deck to let go, and it slows them down quite a bit. So we'll go ahead and try to counter this instead of waiting for the Hydra. The Hydra is going to be very big, so certainly a problem for me down the road, but I think I'm at risk of getting too far behind if I just let that resolve. Wormcoil Engine looks pretty good here. I think we'll first probably just get back the bauble, though. There's also an argument for getting Shadow Spear, but I'm not sure Shadow Spear is good enough here. I think I just want to get the Wormcoil Engine down, so go ahead and play bauble. Let's grow the automaton a little bit more, and go ahead and attack in, see if they would like to chump. They will go ahead and take it, so the Shadow Spear would not have mattered there. Missed 1 point of damage by playing Wormcoil post-combat, but I think that's okay. They're now under quite a bit of pressure. They would really like to play their Hydra and then draw off of Rishkar's expertise. So, alright, so let's see what they do here. Do they have enough mana to kill my automaton? I think they might not. Probably should have moved the armor over to the automaton after thinking about this a little bit more. I think if I'm them, okay, that's fine. If they want to kill my Wormcoil Engine, can get that back. We are about to face a little bit of a problem with the Rishkar's expertise, though. Inventor's Fair can get... What can Inventor's Fair get here? Let's see if there's anything... I'm just trying to think if there's anything in my deck that can possibly shrink this Titan. It have to be for, let's see, only like 2 mana, basically. Doesn't seem likely. I can't think of anything that is going to work for that. I probably need to go for something like Nettle Cyst, Shadow Spear, and just overpower them on board. I could get Aether Spellbomb. Maybe Aether Spellbomb is what we want to do, and they try to cast Wishkar's Expertise. Let me cast Spell. Okay, so let's see. Tough spot. I could Adventurous Fair 4, so that's 1. That leaves me with 2 mana, so I could play and bounce. That cuts down 3 cards and limits their blockers. I think that's worth it here. It's a pretty interesting tutor. Usually we're going to tutor for Paradox Engine, but given the situation, I think I am going for Spellbomb. I just am not really that close to comboing. Let's see if I get... I'm just worried how many cards they're going to draw here, so... And the Spellbomb kind of puts a bit of a lock on them in terms of their board presence. So I'm going to go ahead and get my Bauble back. Crow here. And now I think we just keep back the Lifelinker. And then go ahead and move this over and end my turn there. They still get to draw 4, but I think letting them draw 7, there's a lot of ways that they could have hit some kind of interaction, and if I try to get to Paradox Engine, green often has a lot of answers for artifacts, and I'm not sure I can get to the point where I can just go all in on the combo line this game. They are going to be able to take out the Automaton. They have to tap down their board quite a bit to do so, though. See if that is what they choose. Just taking out the Death Toucher. Their board is strong enough now to pretty much stop me in my tracks, unfortunately. This Ashaya was a really good find. But we can bounce Ashaya. This is going to be an easy take. We bounce Ashaya, and they just have a million mana. So we bounce Ashaya, but then I can't get the Shadow Spear, which is obviously a problem. Let's see. Trample Lifelink. It's not big enough. So does it have to be just bounce Ashaya, attack in? They can chump. Let's see. I think we're going to start off by cycling the Mind Stone. The Thopter gets us a little bigger. So next turn they play Nixos and the Hydra. Not sure what land they're going to get with Hydra. Is there anything I can grab besides the besides just bouncing their creature? At some point here, I definitely need to get the Shadow Spear online. Question: can I afford to trade? I think I can't really afford to even trade with them. Yeah, maybe I should have just been going for Paradox Engine to win this game. So we can go -2. Can get my creature plus twice, 3 times, so that's 15, 16. Does make blocking on their end more difficult with the Wrestler. So let's see, 1, 2. Okay, so let's just play out the creatures we know we're gonna play. We're not doing this. That gets me up to 14, 15. Play Shadow Spear, equip Shadow Spear. Doesn't give me enough mana. Does give me to 15, 16 though. Let's see. Anyway, draw, man. Yeah, I think I probably messed up with my tutor there. Just felt like I was going to get too far behind. But now this puts me in a little bit of a tricky spot. We'll go ahead and just end my turn here. They are going to get another massive creature with the Hydra, but they don't have anything else to draw. This is where it's possible I guess they can get a land that can probably draw them cards. That's what they need here. They need some kind of draw engine to try to push through. That's not going to draw them a card this turn, though. So they've got infinite mana, but nothing to do with it. Okay, that's something to do with it. Missed that. But an elf is exactly what I wanted to see. Shia coming in. I think I probably just chump here and then bounce the Hydra. Don't love bouncing the Hydra because I allow them to get another creature, but I need to somehow get through enough damage, and that might be the only way to do it. So I think I just go ahead and chump this one. This is fine. And then, do we need to get this now? Let's see, so on their end step, I'll go ahead and bounce the Hydra. 15, 16, they could try to throw a lot in front of the automaton, so I'll hold back. I think I'll hold back the Wrestler as a combat trick. I probably won't need all of my mana. And this is going to allow me to gain a very large amount of life. And they need to figure out how to put enough creatures in front of this life-linking, trampling automaton. Maybe an argument for attacking with the Hope of Girapur as well. That just gets chumped by, or that could just get eaten by the Titan, but then their blocks here look worse. So we got, what, 8, 12, 16, 18 exactly. So this is where the Wrestler could be pretty good. Yeah, we take out all of these guys. So that's what, 8, 15, and then take out Azusa. So it's 8, 15, 17, and then we also get the Cobra. Okay, perfect. So done here. Go ahead and do this and give. I'm not sure if it matters too much. Let's get this guy -2, -0, and this keeps my creature alive, smashes their board pretty well, and now just go ahead and play out this. And is there anything I can hit in their graveyard that's relevant? Probably not. Maybe just go ahead and take the Titan. I'm not sure what might be relevant here. Could cycle my lantern right now. I think I will. Got a few things that I could hit, and I'll keep the extra shield on the automaton, which is clearly my win condition now. Pretty good sign they didn't draw something they needed. Go ahead and just bluff having some kind of interaction. I guess I don't need to bluff because I've got Shadow Spear to hold priority. Hydra again. But we are going to be able to bounce one of their creatures with the spell bomb. Spell bomb is really difficult for green decks in a lot of matchups, just because they rely on being able to untap with their creatures and attacking in, and just being able to continually bounce them puts green decks in a difficult spot. But 3 cards here does give them some hope. So let's see, 1920, we bounce a Shia, and they take a lot still. I think they're going to have to block with their Hydra. I would rather them block with Hydra than with the with Ashaya, or I'd rather have them replay Ashaya than Hydra. And 14, so we get in with both here. We get in with everything. They have to block Automaton with their Hydra. Halfling can just prevent 1 point of damage. And then I'll go ahead and block them out from playing instants and sorceries. And then, can this one be as a sorcery? Yeah, so we'll go ahead and venture into the dungeon here. And I think maybe it's either just ping them or scry. If I ping them, let's see, got Blast Zone, got a lot of mana here. Let's see, discard. Yeah, I think they're probably fine discarding a card, so I'll just go ahead and take the scry. Disruption Protocol is interesting. I think it's good enough to keep on top. It's a better than average draw for sure, and we're in a decent position. They can get their blast zone up to 2, then that does allow them to blow up my automaton. They also can just sacrifice on 1 and kill my Shadow Spear, but I can replay Shadow Spear with Emry. I think a tricky line for them is to blow up my Shadow Spear during combat, so I lose trample, and then they can just chump block my automaton with their Elvish Mystic. Pretty neat line on their end. And they are back to having nearly infinite mana. Let's see, what do they draw? Card advantage makes sense, and all of the lands. They have Blast Zone up. Let's see here. So now, how do I deal with Blast Zone? I don't really have a great answer here. I kind of have to bounce a Shia. Then they chump. And where I'm at, I can get a treasure, make a goblin. Let's see. Tricky game, tricky game. Probably still need to grab the spell bomb. Maybe I don't play it though, or maybe I don't activate until they decide to blow it up. Start by playing a land. Let's see, for 5 I can venture, but venturing here is not amazing, obviously. Man, so we're gonna have to get through the blast zone this turn. They're gonna be able to draw some cards. Bouncing a Shia seems pretty important. They get more cards with the Primeval Titan, though. So I think this is still has to be the play. And then they come back. Let's see, they come back with Titan. It is a little difficult for them to attack with Titan. Because they have to respect my damage coming back at them. So yeah, bounce a Shia here. Force a chump block. They go for... Are they not going to see the blast zone line? So yeah, they do see the blast zone line. I think I should have probably ventured here. I'm not sure if they were saying oops because they thought that I had made a misplay, or if they felt they had made a misplay there. So I'm letting a Shia resolve, or Azusa resolve, and going to counter a Shia if possible. Still looks pretty difficult for them to attack with prime time. So this significantly reduces the power and toughness for them. That is not going to be enough for them to attack still. Yeah. And still get back the Shadow Spear. Which, right here. And I think that is going to be game. Certainly seems like it. This doubles the power and toughness. That's what, 12, 24, but they have to double block and then I get through. I believe that is lethal, my friend. Good game. Wow, that was a nail biter. All right, game 2, mono green versus mono blue, and this time on the draw. Tail's End could be pretty good to hit Emry if possible, but they could see it coming. Enigma Jewel, not doing a ton here. Kind of an interesting new card from Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Not sure if it's great here, but is this hand good enough? This hand is only good, I think, if Tail's End hits Azusa. But if they have any way of getting a turn to Azusa, that doesn't happen. I suppose that Tail's End does hit some things for them down the road, but it feels like it's probably pretty slow. And I'm not sure it's good enough. We have nothing to sacrifice, really. I think this is really close, but I'm going to mulligan, hoping a little better. And we got the Spell Bomb, which we already saw last game what the Spell Bomb Shadow Spear combo was able to do to them. I think I'll go ahead and, yeah, I think just go ahead and get the Spell Bomb out. Try to bounce. Yeah, they are having a pretty slow start here, so I'll go ahead and take an extra card. I've got a way to get Emry down for 1 mana either. It's a question just whether I want to get the Shadow Spear or the Secret Door. Let's see. I think it might just be Shadow Spear. They're not putting any pressure on me, so go ahead and get Shadow Spear on the board. Try to stick a creature that can start attacking and putting some pressure on them. Warzone Duplicator certainly could be an option. Warrior, interesting. So they want to try to resolve this guy. Pretty annoying. But we'll be able to bounce the tokens, so it's not too bad. Options here are to, I think I'm bobbling. Need to draw some more action. Keep seeing what they have coming in their hand. Just go ahead and play the door, and then I'll save Spell Bomb for their turn. Tracker, pretty good. Gonna generate a lot of value. Already have the cards. Can they hit? Oh, they can't hit one more land drop. Probably should have bounced the tracker while I had the chance. Here, is it worth bouncing the tracker? Could also just get another card. Maybe the card is more valuable right now. Warzone Duplicator on Azusa could be interesting next turn. So we bounce the tracker, play duplicator on Azusa. I actually kind of like that option. I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. Still got the bauble in the graveyard to keep getting value. And any reason to wait? Yeah, I'll go ahead and wait, see what they do. I don't think, is there any reason why I want to keep the bauble around currently? It doesn't seem like it. Sting's a pretty fun card in this deck. Ooh. Interesting. Go straight for the Henge. Henge is definitely a problem. Definitely a problem. We've got our own Azusa to do a little ramping, which is fun. So let's do that. And yeah, I can do a little ramp as well. Not bad, not bad. Probably getting back the Spell Bomb. So we're getting back Spell Bomb, bouncing Spell Bomb, playing Fading Hope. I believe that is going to be the play. Sting probably comes in next turn. Start off with a Scry though. Let's see. We want more land. I think that's probably not necessary at this point. Get the Spell Bomb. And hit them for 3. They're going to start gaining a lot of life, drawing a lot of cards. And I can go ahead and bounce this guy right now to prevent them from getting a clue token. To play that again. This time, I'll go ahead and let them keep, because I want to probably bounce one of these guys. Azusa is back. See, how do I deal with this Henge? This Henge is just a huge problem. Huge problem. There's not a lot of cards in my deck that do it. And trying to play through this is getting pretty absurd right now. They just have so much value. Here, I guess I'm bouncing the tracker. But it already did what it came to do, so they are pretty ramped up, and the life gain is very difficult to deal with. 7 mana is enough for me to get Sting online. We may need to try to find... I think it's probably going to have to be Sting here to try to get enough value to overcome what they are putting together. And go to combat, get in with the duplicator, and post-combat play Bauble. Maybe hit a counterspell here. Stern Scolding actually is a very relevant card. Be happy to take down the tracker. So definitely worth cracking the bauble on their turn. Can't counter this guy. They don't get it for the tokens, thank goodness. Courser of Crufix is a lot more value, and they've got a Verdant Rejuvenation coming up too. That probably is not possible for me to beat, so probably need to find a counter spell here. Yeah, this game just really came down to the henge. Really good play on. They played henge at during a window where it isn't as common. They didn't have any, I think, meaningful creatures on the board. They played henge into. They just played henge because I had tapped out, and it gave them this opportunity to try to push through a lot of damage. So this thing is highest mana value, so that's gonna seek 6 creatures. Don't think I can afford that happening, so I'm gonna go ahead and draw. Glorious Gale is a counter spell, but not the counter spell I needed. I'm gonna go ahead and probably have to count on drawing a counter spell with Bauble. So we Bauble, then play Spellbomb, second main. Let's go ahead and do that. See what I have on top at least. Pays 2. They have so much mana. Spell Pierce is a counter spell. It's unlikely to do anything though. And let's see, still gives me enough mana to cast whatever I'm able to. We'll make a construct. And oops, we are not attacking. Grab the Bauble. This will allow me to bounce the triplet. So if they cast Verdant Rejuvenation in response, I can bounce. Maybe somehow Spell Pierce catches their Verdant Rejuvenation. If it did, that would be incredible. Ooh, I can hit this here, but then convoke. Sure, 5. Man, they've got way too much right now. 9 mana. Yeah, this is all kinds of trouble. Draw a card. I can stop this, but I think I just lose if I do. So maybe I let it go. What did I get? 5. They're still gonna. So they're gonna have 2 5 mana plays. So yeah, I think the play here is just hit this with Spell Pierce. And taps me out. I'm about to get just probably just completely destroyed on this turn, but we'll see what they come up with. Tooth and Nail entwined. I think this is going to be a Crater Hoof. Not a Crater Hoof, but oh, there's Crater Hoof. And that should be enough. Yeah. Tough game. Tough game. I think this is a matchup where I cannot let them go off like that. Alright, game 3 on the play. And we have no one drop. Almost always has to be a mulligan. 2 counter spells could be good, but unfortunately, I think this is too risky. And Swift Boots is not that useful. They haven't killed Emry once in this matchup. This is a hand that can ramp out Emry. Emry gets something in the graveyard. It's good. It's a lot of land. They are taking a mulligan. Let's see. We're really banking on getting Emry value. Witch's Oven, Escape. We basically have one card that's good here, but it is fast. It gets artifacts on the battlefield. Maybe we're just banking on drawing. I'm pretty scared to run this hand into the deck that's just so potent, so value oriented. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and try to get something a little bit better. Stern Scolding is good, so we'll go for it. It's either Sir Ginger or the Golem. I think Sir Ginger isn't that great. Maybe we keep Golem. Golem can slow them down, although Golem might hurt me more than them, to be honest. But if we keep Azusa off the battlefield, maybe Golem is relevant. They've got a lot of expensive spells. I'm going to go ahead and throw back Sir Ginger, because Emry is going to be our turn 2. And we need to hope that they do not have a 1-mana elf. Please don't have an elf. They do have the elf. So I'm going to have to hit that with my counterspell. Chromatic Star is an amazing draw, being able to get Emry down. Just 2 cards in hand, though, feels pretty bad. Hit a Mind Stone. Let's see. I think just leaving up Counterspell here might be the play. Cycling. Oh man, if I only had... Or I can actually get the Chromatic Star back, so we play... Oh, no, I don't have a land. I can't get the Chromatic Star back. If I drew a land, then cycling Chromatic Star here would be good. Wormcoil Engine looks so bad right now. Man. Could go for a risk. Sack the Chromatic Star, just hoping I hit a land. If I don't, this game is so difficult, though. Seems like I probably need to, I'm just going to be patient and try to counter their 3-mana play. So we do hit that. I meant to cycle the Chromatic Star. Ah, really unfortunate that I forgot to do that here. And I do hit the land. Was there all along. Let's see. Now think I have to probably get back the Mind Stone. Next turn, I can get down the Golem. That should be decent. We've slowed them down. If they have a really clunky hand, maybe I have a chance, but that is gonna ramp them quite a bit. Let's see. Okay, got Golem. It's pretty big. And enough mana to get back the star as well. Makes their life a little bit more difficult, but the amount of mana they're about to generate is pretty scary. Thankfully, they don't have a land on top. They could probably still find one, though. There it is. They can seek now. They can play another land still, possibly. How many? They can play one additional, so they cannot get Azusa. It's 5, not quite enough for them. Alright. Pretty big to tax them. Can play a Wormcoil Engine. Wormcoil Engine doesn't look that great when they're about to have a massive Ashaya, though. I think I need to try to find some kind of counter magic. Mystical Dispute does give me that. It might not be enough, but something. Let's see, we're gonna have to play that for 3. Go ahead and do this. Do they want to trade Nissa? They probably don't. I think I'll go ahead and attack. Golem is about to become a lot worse. Oh, and I don't have enough for my Mystical Dispute because of the Golem. Oof. Whoops. Shouldn't have played the star. Well, maybe it will come in handy on a future turn, but not gonna do anything here. Would have been nice to hit a Shaya. Would have been really nice. Bummed I misplayed that. And now they have a lot of resources. I think probably Paradox Engine is my only hope here. Yeah, tough matchup. I think that maybe a more combo focused version of Emry here might have fared a little bit better. Azusa, super strong, just in general, and build seems pretty standard for what I've seen from Azusa players. A lot of land utility with these creatures that just allow you to play a million lands each turn. So yeah, if I don't play the Schooner there, which is completely useless, no, not completely useless, but largely useless, it's a pretty good chance I am able to hit something with I'm able to hit the Shio with Mystical Dispute, and that certainly changes things. They get untap with all of the resources in the world. Good chance they get to dispute something this turn, but just very unlikely to be enough. I have to like somehow hope that they go for something. They go for something like a crater hoof, and tap out. So they have. Ooh, Green Warden is nasty. I think they probably go for the Green Warden here, and I don't have enough to stop it. Yep. Lands from Graveyard. Jeez. This is about to get pretty out of control. Could have tried to cycle the Mind Stone in order to try to stop the Green Warden. So at this point, just purely going for trying to find Paradox Engine. That's really the only way I win this game. Too much value at this point, but if we can go infinite, then it's pretty much the only way to get over the top of this board right now. Assuming that, of course, I do get to untap here. They've got some ability to potentially close out the game. This is just lands, right? I don't have a lot of card draws that accurate. I don't see... Yeah. I'm not seeing card draw in their hand currently. Quite the turn. Basically, I have. Ooh, I was gonna say I had just a couple of shots. Oh, they're going for those two things. That's fine. Doesn't change my outs here. I think that if they are respecting Paradox Engine, they probably go for the Springleaf Drum. They can't really hit. Oop. Well, they found it. Yeah, good game. That will do it. GG.